Hey everyone, welcome back. Next we're going to have a look at actually determining the rules for various graphs, various circular functions. The thing with this book is it seems to mainly stick to sine functions, but I will go through and have a look at these. Just be aware that the same rules apply to cos functions, and it will always tell you whether you're going to be using a sine or a cos function. However, there are multiple possibilities. Because we can always have a horizontal translation which turns one into the other, or at least gives it that correct appearance. So to have a look at this question here, first thing I'm going to notice is it's starting at the origin, so that implies that it's probably a sine function. Okay, it's going up to 3 and down to -3, so right away we know that the amplitude of this is going to be 3. We can also see that it takes 8 units horizontally before it gets to the end of the cycle, so we know that the period is equal to 8. This is the only part of the problem that actually requires any working out, so we can't really use p equals 8, like that's not all that useful to us just as it is. We need to actually do a bit of working, because the part that goes into the equation is n, and that goes in front of the x. We know that the period is 2 pi over n, so what I can actually write is that 2 pi over n equals 8. So multiplying by n on both sides gives 2 pi equals 8n, and then dividing by 8 we get n equals 2 pi over 8, or that simplifies to pi over 4. So what that means is that I can now write my equation, because y is going to be equal to 3 sine, and then it would just be pi on 4x. So that n always goes in front of the x. The second question is slightly more complicated. Okay, so it's starting at 5, implying that there's been a vertical translation. Okay, it's also going downwards, which should be sort of telling you that it's a negative graph, and it's sort of starting in the middle, so again it's going to be a sine function. Now from 5 it's going up to 9 and down to 1, so we can say for this one that the amplitude is equal to 4, because it's deviating 4 units either way. Also we can see here it goes down, it goes back up, and then it goes back down again and it comes back up. So we've actually got more than one full period of the graph here, and you can see that for the full period it only needs to go to here. Okay, so it goes down, up, and then back down to its original level. And that happens when x is equal to 4. So based on that we can say the period of this is equal to 4 as well, and that enables us to get n. So 2 pi on n equals 4. Multiplying by n gives 2 pi equals 4n, and then dividing by 4 we get n equals 2 pi over 4, which is just pi over 2. We also have the vertical translation, so I'll just write vt of 5 units up. So when I go to write my equation for this one, it's going to be y equals 4 sine. Now I've forgotten something already, it should be -4 because of the reflection. Okay, so -4 sine of pi on 2x, and then I have to have that plus 5 on the end to move it up 5 units. Anyway, I'll leave that there. Get on with the next video.